back, everyone. She is an integrative health expert and the founder of Center Spring MD Medical Clinic, and she is here today to help us survive the spring allergy season with her allergy mocktails.
Wow.
Cheers. Cheers to Dr. Taz Bhatia.
Cheers.
Welcome, Dr. Taz.
Thank you.
So you say the first step in actually fighting allergies is optimizing our nutrition when spring rolls around, right?
Food is medicine, and I think everybody forgets that. You have to start from the inside out. When we get exposed to the spring allergens, pollen, dust, all these beautiful blooming plants, our immune system basically gets activated and has to fight it off, and it releases a ton of histamine, and that gives you the sneezing, the watery eyes, the runny nose, all those miserable symptoms, or just makes you plain tired.
Right.
But there are ways to beat it, and everybody forgets about it, and instead of reaching for over-the-counter antihistamines and a lot of medications first, they may have a place, but don't go there first. These fun mocktails are a way to beat your spring allergies.
And they're so good for you.
I know, there's some
so
symptom-reducing ingredients in
Yes.
it. Tell us what we're drinking and experiencing.
Absolutely. So first I'm drinking a strawberry fojito, not a mojito, and it's got a lot of strawberries in it. Strawberries are high in polyphenols, they're high in vitamin C. It also has mint and watercress, and a lot of these herbs have natural ingredients like quercetin or rosmarinic acid that help you beat spring allergies. They lower the histamine response. We also know that the apple, who's got the apple ginger pineapple?
I think that's Maria.
Maria's got that one, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Mark.
Oh, you got it as well. So again, apples are high in quercetin, that's nature's antihistamine.
Oh, wow.
Pineapples have bromelain, that's a digestive enzyme, first of all, and it helps beat inflammation because we know a lot of allergies and histamine is all taking place in the gut, and if we can get good gut health, that's the first step to beating allergies. And it also has ginger, which is an anti-inflammatory as well.
Now what about this?
That's
Kim and I.
That is the biggest one, right? But it's a kiwi kaleate, and kiwi and kale both have a ton of antioxidants. Remember, anytime you get a lot of antioxidants in, you're going to help the immune system. It has a lot of vitamin C again, and vitamin C is the #1 thing to help you keep that immune system primed and lowers histamine.
Tell us about the health benefits of locally harvested honey.
One of the things we didn't talk about is all of these drinks have a little bit of local honey in it. And here's what happens with local honey. It's so fun. Almost think about it like a vaccine. So what's happening is that the bees are pollinating, they're generating honey using your local vegetation, flowers, fruits, whatever's out there, and the honey they produce introduces a little bit of that into your system, and you mount an immune response to it. So just like a vaccination, where you get a little bit of the antibody or the antigen to mount an immune response, you're getting a little bit of the allergen, hoping that your immune system will take over, won't recognize it as foreign, and will help you beat it.
This could help Ms. Paige quite a bit.
I know.
Do you have a lot of allergies?
I have
Anything
so
should help
many
Paige.
allergies.
No.
I'm allergic
Everything.
to everything.
Yeah.
But I'm not allergic to this. This is so tasty. How often? This will be my excuse when I have these all the time. So say every 15 minutes. How often should I have this?
I would do it at least once or twice a day.
Okay.
Wow.
They're going to help your
Cheers to
immune
that,
system.
right?
They're going to give you energy. So if you can, and what you can do to make it easy, make it ahead of time. Make a big batch, put it in the refrigerator, and then have it a couple times a day.
I love that. I'm constantly taking Benadryl, so
Yeah,
which
you
really
are.
slows me down. If I could do it with this instead,
You can
that would be
try
amazing.
it with that for sure. But the hope would be you would be less and less dependent on Benadryl.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I wanted to ask quickly about the honey. Does it have to be raw? It can't be processed or cooked or anything like that?
So we see a lot of that debate. Ideally, it's raw,
Okay.
but even if it is in the grocery store, I still think that's better than not doing it at all.
Okay, I got it.
But
Well,
the local honey is the most
the
important.
local- being it
Local
local.
is the most
Well,
important.
so-
Raw would be second priority.
Okay, so everybody has spring. I have fall. I'm fine right now. I'm great. No, I have the fall allergies, and especially in Michigan where I grew up, I was miserable. So is it the same allergen that's in the air? Like, what's the difference, I guess, between the two?
They're very different. They're different blooming plants, so people have different spring allergies versus fall allergies. So remember, spring is mainly trees, fall is mainly weeds, and that's
Okay.
the difference between the two. But again, there's so many great fall fruits and vegetables and spices you can also use to beat allergies. Your squashes, your pumpkins have a ton of vitamin A. So anything you can do to get some of these fresh whole foods in and get your A levels up, your C levels up, and beat inflammation is going to help spring or fall allergies.
Well, there you go. Fall ingredients.
There we go.
Love this. Well, Doctor, as you know, the resident beauty expert here, I love that you've incorporated
The
all
greens.
these,
Yeah.
the greens for glowing skin. But would you suggest that we also use additional supplements to drinking this?
That's a good question.
It's a great question, one that we get all the time. You know, it depends on the severity of your allergies. If they're mild to moderate, you can probably get away with just using food and working on your gut to bring spring allergies. If they're more severe, supplements will absolutely help. So quercetin, the very thing we talked about in some of these mocktails, you can get as a supplement, and you can take that. You can take a probiotic, because remember we're talking about digestive health and the importance of that when fighting spring allergies. So those are some of the supplements that are helpful in helping you beat some of these allergies.
2 questions. When do you see an allergist? When is it time to go? I need to go.
I mean, I think if you have worked on your food, you've worked on gut, you've tried a few supplements, and you've tried a few of the over-the-counter medications, and you are miserable, please see an allergist.
What would you say are some foods to avoid if you have allergies?
What an amazing question. So there are foods we know that are tougher on the immune system. So foods that are just, they make allergies so much more worse. And I would say dairy goes into that category.
Constantly.
Dairy
the mucus?
is tough to digest. It generates a lot of mucus. You know, in older systems of medicine, that's the first thing they would take out before any testing or anything like that. So dairy would be first. The second would be sugar. You know, a lot of sugar makes the wrong balance of bacteria in the gut. That in turn is going to create a higher histamine response. So losing sugar, I think, is really important.
So ice cream
So-
out.
Ice cream.
Unless it has honey in it. If it has local honey in it,
Sourced honey.
This
Ice
is
cream.
really awkward then, because you just eliminate what you're allergic to. Because I have this allergy to Kim.
Oh,
I don't know if I should just
That's not a
should I-
spring allergy.
Should I take that out? I just, sorry, Kim, every time I'm around you, I get
my gosh.
rash.
Need some help in a whole different
That's different.
area.
Yeah.
You know
I don't
what
think that's a spring allergy.
That's not
It's a brother sister.
and it's weird because Kim has developed an ulcer. So this marriage is really,
It's not working out.
This elbow's working, though. I think that's the standard.
Cheers to you, Dr. Bhatia. We adore you. For the full recipes, all you have to do is visit hallmarkchannel.com. And for even more information and even more healthy recipes, you can visit drtaz.com or pick up a copy of her latest book, Superwoman RX.